So, hello everybody, and welcome to this stream. Yeah, so we, yeah, so in case you want to know, in why I do stuck a little bit is that because I'm testing out the audio loop, but otherwise it looks good, and that's a very good sign because I can show you something here and there about the about this launch today. And yes, the this launch actually will happen today. If you see from some, especially from the international international rocket launchers, yeah, that channel is already ready. So my channel also ready for the stream. So that's very good. And anyways, before we proceed, or maybe I can proceed now. Yeah. Anyways, maybe I can go right now. I'm not going to waste too much time. Let's go, rather than too much blabbering here on this thumbnail title screen here. So let's go instead, shall we? So hello everybody, and welcome to this stream. Yeah, I'm Daniel Suguwa, your host today for the today's launch of the long of the task. I think maybe this is the best way I can pronounce the CASC. Yeah, because sometimes it's a little bit tricky. Maybe I should pronounce it as cast. Yeah, something like similar to we how do we pronounce cast. Okay, so today we are going to watch the launch of the CASC Long March 7A rocket. This one is essentially, you can say, a slight downgrade to the base Long March 7 in terms of the, how do I say, in terms of, wait, is it? Am I correct? Probably it's more to the upgrade to the base of the Long March 7. Yeah, so 7A is basically the upgrade version with the inclusion of the third stage, okay, and also optionally with the fourth stage, which is the upper stage, and possibly might be used in this flight because from the information that I can gather, we are going to watch the launch of the this one, which will be the flight 17, okay, with the serial number Y2029, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it should be, yeah, it should be Y29. Let me refer this again. Okay, yeah, I was correct. It's actually Y29. So today, even though we are not 100% very sure about what satellites might be launched, but highly likely this launch will be for the Tianlian 3, okay, Tianlian-3A or Tianlian-301. This one, from what I can tell, essentially the China's version of the TDRS, the TDRS, tracking data and relay satellite system. So basically it's that kind of version, similar to how in the US, how in the US there's already the TDRS system, basically a satellite constellation that would be placed into the geostationary Earth orbit. It's usually the altitude is around 36,000, 37,000, but usually it can be upper around 35,700 plus kilometers away, okay, which will be located there. I'm going to show that soon. Why do I also might also believe this could be it as well? I'm going to show you some kinds of proof, okay? And yeah, this one basically to not only just tracking the rocket telemetries, the launchers, flight systems, satellites tracking across across the globe, and also including for the, if I remember, also should be technically for the Tiangong space station kind of communications. There's also some kind of slew a bit of that, but the information is quite foggy. But just to give you a bit heads up, that's basically the Tianlian dash 3, okay, in the nutshell. Basically it's an upgraded third generation version of the already existing Tianlian 2, which actually based on the DHF 4 and the Tianlian 1. which is based on the DHF3. So based on this kind of numerical numbers, I speculate that the Tianlian-3, if this is the real flight for this particular satellites, yeah, for this particular satellite, this could be using the DHF5. Yeah, in case you want to know, DHF stands for Dong Fang Hong. Also essentially the satellite bus already the upgrade, the fifth generation upgrade since the first launch somewhere back in the 1970 when China became, if I remember, became the fourth spacefaring nation, if I remember correctly. Yeah, which was launched just a just a just a month apart after Japan. Yeah, on board the Long March 1 with the Dong Fang Hong 1, if I remember correctly. Okay, while the Japanese side, they basically launched using the Lambda 4S with the Osumi satellite. But that's basically a little bit of the spaceflight and rocketry history you need to know. Probably if you're very interested, I can also show you that Lambda 4S from the Japan and Long March 1, which is the kind of basis of the of up until, if I remember, up until the Long March 3 series. And after that, most of the Long March series after that, it's basically already deviated from the original base design. Okay, and also that's basically it. Rather than wasting too much time, I would rather just point you here, as we already have the live coverage. Yeah, not to bore you down too much. Here you can see this is somewhere around the Wenchang space launch site, the WSLS. Okay, not to the SLS, especially don't be confused with the currently ongoing running version of the NASA's space launch system. Not to be confused with that. This one is the Wenchang space launch site, not the space launch system, because the launch pad itself is not the rocket. Okay, it's basically the launch pad used to launch the rocket. So you get it? Yeah, it's basically like that. And this is essentially already a government owned, even including the commercial one. Commercial is also government owned, but it's like the partially the central government, and also partially the local regional government located around the Wenchang. Okay, in case you want to know, Wenchang is actually located around the, if I remember, around, it's not if I remember, this is located around the Hainan Island, China. Okay, so that also should give you an idea. And this rocket launch particularly, it's going to head mostly around the east area. Okay, so I'm going to also show you that where's the drop off point. Yeah, drop off point, and also somewhere launches based on the current information that I also get. And also, yeah, credit to the Mike Zhang, from especially the user from the NASA Spaceflight Forum, basically gave some idea where it's going to head to anyway. So yeah, but before we also go to that, and mind you, I can be a little bit disorganized when it comes to explaining here and there, but I promise I still will go with the detail. Let me show you here, about here. Okay, so this is the Wenchang space launch site. The current situation, I can say this is as latest as we can get without too much. Oh, okay, so apparently there's also another new one, huh? Okay, so I hope you can also bear this. Maybe I can also show you as well the newer look by now. Okay, so this, oh, no, that's not a newer view. What I'm talking about. Okay, this one is actually the newer view. So very much sorry, I got confused from time to time, especially when I didn't look at the time. I mean, when I didn't look at the year appropriately. That one is in 2023. This one is the latest one in 2026. Okay, which is 4 months ago, 26 March 2026. So let's give you a bit of reference. So this is how the Wenchang SLS looks like. Okay, you can see there are some parts here and there. Here is the currently operational site as well, if you can also see. And yeah, based on from what I can tell, especially from the view, okay, especially if you can see there is some kind of building here and there, but there is two operational site there. Okay, if we look from, oh, especially from here, from what I can tell, okay, this one I pinpoint it somewhere around here. This one should be the launch complex 2 or launch complex 1. Okay, this one is already completed, and this one another launch pad as well. Yeah, but essentially, if I can pin around this point, yeah, this is the SDG as well. If you want to watch, you can also watch his stream as well. Here, he should have already been streaming by now. Okay, so as well, yes. Oh, okay. So I can pinpoint. It's actually here. This is the launch complex 2. Okay, you can see there. This is launch complex 2. Mm-hmm. And this is the launch complex 1. You can see there, based on this kind of view, it's easy to discern right now. So this is the already completed launch pad, and another launch pad in progress, I believe still in progress as well. This one, from what I can tell, okay, this one might actually serve for the launch complex 3 here. Okay, you can see based on the launch trench as well, with the, how do I say, with the lightning tower viewed here as well, just to ensure that it's not going to pose too much problem, especially if it's in very bad weather as well. And some kinds of other construction here as well. Okay, should be this one, I believe, might be for the water tower system there. Okay, this one is just to spray down deluge into the launch pad system there, so in case when it ignites, okay, we, especially if you heard the water sound suppression, water garden sound suppression system, that's basically the role of it, to not only reduce the amounts of, how do I say, the amount of sounds that's also going out from the flame trench as well, but also to ensure that the launch pad's not going to damage itself. So that's also pretty important role as well in the life as well. And yeah, and also here is from what I can tell. Okay, so yeah, in case you want to know, once reminder again, the SDG is also on location on site if you're very interested to hear their narrations kind of stuff. But I'm using the International Rocket Launches stream source. So yeah, thank you so much, IRL. And also, if I remember, also the channel also partnered with another one Chinese space flight event view or something like that. So yeah, thanks to them for the view for today. So you can see, this is why I said it's going to launch from the east side. Okay, by the time they should have already finalized, yeah, it should be around here. As you can see, it's mostly going to launch around the east side. Okay, pardon for my terrible pronunciation. Okay, that's basically how my tongue actually works. So terrible. But anyways, you can see it should be something like that. And the before, I believe even before that, there should be some payload fairing separation, or maybe could be the strap on booster separation, and then payload frame separations, and then followed by another one which is on my right side, or in case in the kind of viewing you're looking right now, it's on the left side. Okay, that one should be for the first stage booster, but the rest of it which will be for the second stage, third stage, and optionally, which is highly possibly, given this kind of rumored uh, satellites in this mission, it should be for, if I remember, should be for the Tianlian 3 Tianlian-01 or Tianlian-3A for the TDRS mission, TDRS, tracking data and relay satellite systems. That one should be for that kind of stuff. So I believe they might also add the fourth stage in this mission, which I'm also going to give you some kinds of other kinds of explanation as well. Yeah. So that's that. And also this is how it looks like when it rolls out. Okay, this is the specific rocket rolls out. Okay, the Y29 rocket series boosters here. You can see it's clearly embedded there. Y29. Okay, isn't it? Yeah. So you can see on the marking just slightly Y29 there. There, you can see there. Oh, oops. Yeah, you should be able to see. Oh, yes, see there. That one is the Y29, the booster series in this flight. Okay, and also another point as well. Why I said it could be Tianlian 301 is that according to Mike Zhang himself, yeah, because he's kinda quite close to the Chinese spaceflight communities, especially to the sources. So he also able to somehow manage to get this, and especially from this one. Okay, from the payload manifest, this is the close of sources that he can get, but you don't need to understand everything else here. But up until then, but it should be, it's said here. Okay, it should be the payload itself should be the Tianlian-301 or Tianlian-3A. Basically, that's going to be for the mission. And don't worry, the rocket is still intact. It's still intact right now and still on the preparation. So I still have more time to talk a little bit about the rocket itself. So I hope you don't mind. And yes, I'm also going to go back. Should be around 5 minutes before the launch, or at best minimum should be around 2 minutes, to ensure that we have time to talk about the whole kind of system about the rocket itself. Okay, so this is the Tianlian 2. Okay, and also thank you to Gunter, to the Gunter of this page. Okay, Gunter space page here. So you can see this is the Tianlian 2. It uses the DHF-4 satellite bus. Basically, it uses the three-axis stabilized telecommunications satellite platform. Basically, it can do X, Y, Z kind of maneuver there, but you don't need to entirely know. But so it's sort of around the three degrees of freedom, something like that. Yeah. This one, the Tianlian 2, in specific in this kind of page, this one is to support real-time communications between the orbiting satellites and the ground control stations, and also the same for communicating between the Tiangong space station, TSS, which the cruise currently is there, with the taikonauts there up there. And also it replaced the current network of ground-based space tracking and also telemetry stations and space tracking ships. So that one in this previous flight is the Tianlian 2. This one is the second generation, but the third generation, not much information that we know, but I suspect based on the you can see there, this one is DHF-4 bus, right, for the Tianlian 2. Okay, and for the Tianlian 1, okay, this one is based on the DHF-3 satellite bus, the same as well, 3-axis stabilized. Okay, and if you see from this kind of pattern, what do you notice? See, Tianlian, it uses the DHF-3 for the Tianlian 1 and DHF-4 for the Tianlian 2. So if you look at this kind of chronological order, it's pretty realistic that it might actually uses the DHF-5 satellite bus for this mission. And this one, I can say there's not many launches of this DHF-5 satellite bus. Not much other than the SJ-18. If I remember what SJ-18, Shijian 18, which is which unfortunately failed in its flight for the Long March 5 before, and then for the Shijian-20, okay, which was launched 2019. So you can see there's like a 7 years of, there's almost 7 years of gaps in between of this. So I highly suspect it could be the DHF-5 satellite bus that might actually goes on board this mission. Yeah, so that's that. And in case you want to know how do I actually get the satellite look, with the graphic kind of stuff, I actually already put it in the, yeah, I've already put it in the description, especially with this kind of very interesting space space academic journal here. This one is in Chinese, so if you can read, you can try read this, or if you want to translate it for yourself, you can also translate it. I've already put it in the description in case you are very interested. And yeah, you can see how it looks like. Pretty interesting, with interesting history in between of this. Okay, especially because most of this information, I can say, it's really hard to find. Okay, so fortunately, I've already done the some of the hard work here, bulk of the hard work, because it's really hard to find this as well. Yeah, I cannot claim I know everything else about this, but well, it is what it is. And this is how do I get the DHF-5 satellite bus. You can see there. And fortunately, I did manage to extract the picture of it. So yeah, you can say you can say that's how I get the DHF-5 satellite bus there. It's a pretty generic look, but you get here and there. And yeah, for the DHF-5, even though there's not much information, but the 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 mass of the DHF-5, apparently it listed here. Okay, so the core component, it should be around 1.2 to 1.8 metric tons, but essentially with fully loaded in with all of the instruments, it should have been around 7 to 9 metric tons. Okay, with the satellite bus power can be ranging in between 12 kilowatts to 22 kilowatts. So that's pretty interesting as well. If you're very interested, you can always read this paper, but mind you, it's going to load pretty slowly. And you can see this is how it's actually going to look like. Yeah, this one is used to be when it was launching the Epstar 6E satellite pretty long time ago as well. This one I don't entirely remember which when it's launched, but you get the idea. But nowadays, yeah, even though you can see nowadays it can use some kinds of thruster and whatnot, but I believe they might actually also use the fourth stage because of the requirement of need to maintain the satellite constellation series as long as possible, and you don't want to eat up all of these reserves. So that's why very important. And that's basically it, already covering as much as possible. Yeah, it is. And in case you want to know, the Long March 7, it should been like this. Okay, but I'm not going to explain too much, since even then you're not going to be too interested, but just to give you some things to know. The first stage, it uses the booster, each of the boosters, which actually is strapped by 4, it uses the YF-100 rocket engines. Okay, and also this one powered by the Carolox propellant, which is the liquid oxygen as the oxidizer, and the rocket propellant one, which is the super refined kerosene as the fuel itself. And in case you want to know, this one is just dyed red color, but otherwise it would have been pretty much, how do I say, it would have been pretty much a very clear color. And for the first stage, on the core stage, it's strapped on by these two YF-100, also powered by the Carolox propellant. And for the fourth stage, it's powered by the 4 clusters of the YF-115. Okay, also Carolox propellant. And yeah, and that's basically it, in case you want to know. That one is actually powered using the, if I remember, oh, Oh, almost crash. Huh. Fortunately, everything is safe. Okay, in case you want to know, it actually powered using the full flow stage combustion cycle. It's basically the upgraded version from the already gas generator cycle, and also yeah, it's basically upgraded version of the gas generator cycle, but much more efficient. But basically, in the nutshell, each of these fuel and also oxidizer, it has its own pre-burner chamber there. It's actually to move the turbine all together, so the propellants can be flowing inside. Some of it can flow inside the combustion chamber, and then later on going going to be cooled down using the cooling jacket there to ensure that everything is fine, and then it will have been pushed down forward into the combustion chamber, burn it, and then that's basically how you get the efficiency as best as possible. And if I remember the third stage is the hydrolox propellant powered by the two YF-75 rocket engine, liquid oxygen as the oxidizer, and the liquid hydrogen as the fuel itself. Very light and very efficient, but in terms of tank volume wise, not very efficient and not very dense. So unfortunately, okay. And this one, yeah, this one is a gas generator cycle. Okay, this one essentially working similar like I've already mentioned before, but instead of it has its own dedicated pre-burner chamber, it's basically only one fuel and oxidizer mixed together, so it can move that turbine, and the rest of the operation on the rest of it similar, but the pre-burner will be exhaust out, will be fuel out, okay, because it's no longer needed. So that's basically it. And for the optional fourth stage, upper stage, is the YZ-1A Yuanzheng, okay, YA-1A, powered by the one YF-50D rocket engine, okay, which actually powered by the how do I say, by the dinitrogen tetroxide as the oxidizer, and the UDMH, the some unsymmetrical dimethyl hydrazine as the fuel. So that's basically it. And not going to waste too much time, this is basically how YF-100 looks like, and then 115 if I believe as well. Yeah, YF-115, and then where is it? Yeah, YF-75, okay, and also let me see, YF-50. Let me see, where is YF-50? There should be YF-50. Okay, Y YF-50. Okay, unfortunately it didn't show, but whatever. I'm not going to waste too much time. Let's go to the stream, shall we? Let me see. Oh, okay. Oh, looks like we have a little bit of problem technical side from the international rocket launches. It's okay. It happens from time to time. Okay, let me reverse. Okay, so we are still waiting, and this is the moment that you're waiting for, and I've already said as much as I have already promised. So sorry if I took too much of your time, but it's okay, isn't it? And here we go at T-minus 1 minute and 40 seconds before the launch. You can see on surrounding the Wenchang space launch site located in Hainan Island, China. Oh, okay, this is stream decoding problem from their side. Okay, so this is basically the view from the Wenchang space launch site, the launch complex 2 or slash 201. Okay, this is the view of it, but I don't know why it looks a bit weird. Okay, it looks like there's a little bit decoding problem from I think this is encoding problem from the international rocket launches, but yeah, from the IRL. But however, we're still waiting. It's okay, nothing to panic about. Okay, so here we go. This is the Long March 7A. I believe should be fully loaded, including with the upper stage as well, and the mission should be good as well. We will be waiting from the okay. Here we go. So get ready to minus 30 seconds, but anytime soon there should be launch. So let's be patient. It's going to happen. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Get ready in. We will hear ignition soon. Get ready. There could not be any kinds of announcement, but let's ready. Here we go. Get ready anytime soon for the Long March 7A launch for the flight 17. Okay, for the Y29. Here we go. Here, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition! Here we go. This is the launch of the Long March 7A liftoff for the flight 17. Serial number series Y29, carrying the supposedly rumored Tianlian-3A. So we have liftoff from the Wenchang space launch site, from the launch complex 2. Yeah, from the launch complex 201. And here we go, T plus 30 seconds into the flight. By now, the rocket should have already gone into the subsonic. Oh, that's the sound that we like to hear so far. Okay, here we go. By now, she have already going to the subsonic Mach 0.5. Okay, half the speed of sound, and indication later on for the speed of sound later on, especially with the max Q, maximum aerodynamic pressure, fully loaded on the rocket itself. Paint mechanical stress there. We might see the atmospheric water vapor cloud anytime soon. Okay, should be max Q by now, and the view is still there. Okay, by now should be yeah. So right now looks like we already saw some kinds of atmospheric water vapor cloud there. You can see, especially trailing across the rocket exhaust. You can see that's the view that we want to hear. Okay, so the flight is still continuing. Everything is looking pretty good, pretty fine. Almost T plus 2 minutes into the flight. And hopefully we will see the star-on booster will be burning out. T plus 2 minutes, 120 seconds into the flight. Everything is still looking pretty good, pretty nominal, appearing any kinds of anomaly indication. Okay, by now I believe. Oh, I think I might actually saw the I might actually see the strap-on boosters already. Yeah, already separated. And here, still another extended view here as well. And we are getting ready in for the first stage separation and burnout, of course, which is the MECO. Yeah, just before we have booster engine cutoff, BICO, and we are getting ready in for the MECO, main engine cutoff. Hopefully we still get the view here anytime. Here we go. Should be. Okay, should be for the first stage separation. Okay, and there's also fireworks. Okay, and by now the first stage has already done its job, and the fireworks is there in the little bit far away. And right now at T plus 3 minutes and 20 seconds into the flight. Okay, so nothing much else we can see, but you can see surrounding the launch site is the water vapor cloud there as a result of the combustion. You need to remember that usually rockets, it will burn a lot of the propellant, so that's why it produces some spectacular water vapor cloud in there as well, along with the water garden, especially with the water sound suppression system as well. When these two combines together, of course, it's going to produce this majestic cloud of this. Okay, and already T plus 4 minutes into the flight, which is 240 seconds into the flight. Okay, and this is the view from the downtown of the surrounding the Wenchang area there. Okay, so they're basically there's that, and we are still waiting until these streams finish. Okay, and by now should be getting ready in for the payload fairing separation, which will happen around T minus 10 seconds mark. And get ready for the fairing separation. And yeah, random view here. And that's basically it. Already payload fairing separation, and that's basically it, the launcher itself. And yes, there's also going to be for the Chang'e 7 launch onboarding the Long March 5. Yeah, so we will might be able to see this soon, and hopefully I'm not busy anything else, because this is one of the highlight view that I would like to show to you as well. So let's hope for the best. We will able to see this majestic launch of the Long March 5 for the Chang'e 7. And that's basically it. Anyhow. So we have already finishing. So thank you so much everybody for watching. But before we end the stream, just a little bit, I'm also going to stream another one as well, which would be for tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. You need to remember that right now it's already night time here right now. It's 7:56 3 p.m. 3 p.m. here in Sarawak in Borneo. Okay, we are basically 8 hours ahead of the universal time coordinate. So that's that. And yeah, of course, this is 29 July 2026 on Wednesday, in case you want some kinds of future reference. So I've already included that as well. So this is it. We are going to see the next launch of the NRL 95 National Reconnaissance or National Reconnaissance Organization, if I remember correctly, launch 95. This one as well. We will see that soon. I've already put it in the on my upcoming stream, so we are going to see that soon. I will also going to update that as soon as possible. So hopefully that. And accordingly, there's also going to be the launch of the Long 3, aka known as the SD3 Smart Dragon 3. Okay, this one is launching from the Haiyang offshore launch location around the Haiyang Oriental Spaceport in China. So hopefully there's also stream, because otherwise I will also have to reserve this for next in the future kind of stream. And also, and of course, there's also another stream as well around the same time as well, next week on Tuesday on 4 August 2026 on 8 a.m. This one is for the Jialong 3 launches. Okay, from what I can tell, there's rumored to be there's actually not rumored. There's already some kinds of confirmation. There's like 2 satellites or 3 satellites on board this mission. So I'm also going to show you the same as well, just like what I did today. So I'm going to show. Okay, and also the same day here on 4 August 2026 on Tuesday, 4:50 p.m. here, or could be slightly a little bit up ahead, which will be the launch of the Long March 8A. This one could be either SpaceNet or SpaceCell or SatNet or other kinds of satellite launches. Who knows? And yeah, there's also, there's like Starlink Group 17-40, 17-52 and 17-53, but well, the same as well. Falcon 9 Block 5 rocket, the same with the NRL 95. I just stream it because why not? But other than that, for the Starlink, it's already too much stream about that, so not gonna show again the same thing as well. So hopefully you can understand. And Bluebird 11 to 13 on 5 August 2026. Okay, 5 August, yeah, which will be a week from now. Exactly a week from now on Wednesday. Okay, 3:42 p.m. here, local time here in Sarawak in Borneo, of course, using my reference local time here, in case you want to know. it's going to display something else differently. And also Michibiki 7, which will be launching very early in the morning, okay, for the QZS series, QZSS for the quasi zenith satellite systems, okay, QZS7 launching on board the H322S. Yeah, so for this specific rocket variant, this will be considered as the return to flight. Although the H3 series as a whole is already returning back to it has already returned back to flight, okay. With the H330S inaugural flight, it was a success, so that's pretty good. This one will be launching from the Tanegashima Space Center from the LAY2, okay, launch complex 2. Okay, very southernmost tip of Japan, okay. And also another one, this one not 100% sure whether or not they are going to launch for the Spectrum rocket by Isar Aerospace, launching from the Andoya spaceport. Andoya rocket range is a formal name, but technically you still can use it as well. Not 100% sure whether or not they are going to launch around this time, but well, we're still waiting. And that's basically, I guess, yeah. Let me see. Again, for the next week, Starlink Group 17-38 on 7 August 2026. Okay, this one on Friday, 10 p.m. here in local time. Falcon 9 Block 5 rocket, and also finally would be for the another one, Long March 7A, just like the rocket today's launch, okay, which will be launching on 9 August 2026 on 7 p.m. Still unknown payload, but subject to change. The time could have already been ramped up just a little bit, just for some kinds of safety checks and whatnot. So basically that's it, and or could be delayed, who knows. And that's basically it for this weekend next week rocket launches. Yeah, and for the last week is basically for the last week as well. For the last week, if I remember correctly, there's also the RXV reusable vehicle as well for the Japan. Okay, also already done. Okay, and also the same can be said with the Epsilon. For the Epsilon S upper stage, if I remember, it uses the second stage testing as well, already completed as well, so that's pretty good. And anyhow, that's it. I don't have too much else to say, but I just want to have a bit good times of dinner. So thank you so much everybody for watching. I really do appreciate that you already come to this channel, even though there's no kinds of live chat here and there, but it's fine. You can still comment anyhow after the stream. That's okay. I've already got used to it pretty quick. But that's basically it. Thank you so much everybody for watching. I'm Dennis Suguwa, your host today for the launch of the CASC Long March 7A rocket flight 17 with the serial number boosters of Y29, supposedly carrying the Tianlian-3A, or also known as the Tianlian-301. Okay, that one supposedly, based on my deduction, could be based on the simple logical reasoning, could have used the DFH5 satellite bus, because Tianlian 2 the second generation previously uses the DHF4, and the Tianlian 1 uses the DHF3 satellite bus. So it's pretty logical this third generation actually uses the DHF5 to support even more operations, and especially for the tracking data and relay satellite mission as well, tracking all of these rocket launchers orbiting space station, especially with their Tiangong space station. Satellite tracking, rocket launch tracking, and whatnot. They are actually applicable. So that's it. Thank you so much everybody for watching. I'm Suguwa, your host for today's launch, and that's it. Take care. I'm going to get my dinner right now. So thank you so much everybody for watching, and stay safe. Take care. Bye bye, and see you soon. See you soon. Basically, not soon. It's going to be like this. See you. To see you what I'm saying today. Okay, sorry. See you tomorrow. Okay, see you for tomorrow's launch of the NRL 95. If they decide not to delay anything for whatever reason, we will see you soon for there. So thank you so much everybody for watching, and stay safe, take care, and bye bye. And wherever you are, have a great day or night. So thank you so much everybody for watching. Bye bye. Here we go. We've already finished it. So just like Windows 95 closing statement, you can safely shut down your computer. You can actually safely exit from my stream with how do I say, with full respect. You can do it. Just enjoy your day. Don't worry about it. So thank you so much everybody. Bye bye, take care. We will see you soon for tomorrow's launch of NRL 95 launches on board the Falcon 9 Block 5 rocket. If it's not going to be delayed anymore, that's it. It's going to be for tomorrow. Bye bye. Stay safe.